It was April 20th, 2021. I woke up in the morning and was ready to go for gym. It was about 5:30 or 6 a.m. And just before starting for gym, my wife was observing me. She said, "You know what? You are not looking your normal shape and form. I sincerely urge you to call the doctor or the medic." Reluctantly, I followed her guidance or advice because on that morning, I was feeling a bit peculiar unease, which I was not able to understand or feel. But at the same time, I was ready to go to gym. In my gym gear, I called the medic, and over the phone, whatever questions he asked, I responded as honestly, as sincerely, or whatever I knew. And within minutes, on that phone, I was for, ambulance was at home, and I was taken to hospital for an emergency heart surgery. Friends, this was exactly after 3 weeks of my first COVID vaccine. Doctors found I had a 100% clot in main artery of my heart. And had there been a 30 minutes more delay, I wouldn't have been speaking to you all. During those moments, when I was being carried to the hospital, there were certain emotions which were coming. But before that, if I put from the perspective of data points, friends, my cardiovascular health was better than most of the people present on this planet. The way they say that for a healthy person, the resting heart rate is 70 to 80 beats per minute, right? In those moments when I was in the ambulance on my way for that emergency heart surgery, all those things which I had worked for throughout my life flashed in front of me. That 30 years of corporate career, my thoughts weren't about those milestones which I had achieved, but the thoughts were about something deeper inside, the meaning or the balance of life's outer and inner world. And those pivotal moments inspired me to create Consciouspreneurship. This Consciouspreneurship is a movement, an ideology which balances wealth of mind with wealth of money, deeply rooted with purpose, awareness, and emotional intelligence. Now, how about the world where instead of emotions and technology colliding, they converge? And that's where we will talk about today, Navras, the synergy of emotions, and how this synergy of emotions or Navras can guide us in this era of artificial intelligence, the AI and Industry 4.0. See, in this era of artificial intelligence, machines can outdo us in our tasks, but machines cannot outfeel us when it comes to our emotions, right? And these emotions are going to be the key differentiator in shaping the future as we move forward. Today, let's explore this Navras, these emotions, the synergy of emotions. And for that, let me take you, because we are talking of technology convergence along with emotions, so let me take you to the journey of technology evolution and how and why do I say that synergy of emotions along with technology will make a difference or shape our future. See, if we go back in times, the first tool, the first technological evolution happened about 2.5 million years ago in the shape and form of our ancestors striking two stones and coming out with a tool which was called stone flake. It was a pointed stone which you could use for cutting any thick material or maybe meat at that time. And that was a big innovation or invention as far as the technology or tool was concerned. Things remained static for about 1 million years thereafter, and then came another invention or innovation, which was in the form and shape of a hand axe or hand axe device, which was a bigger stone, which our ancestors could use to kill or hunt an animal. So you could see the pace of innovation. It took 1 million years, from 2.5 to 1.5 million, to come from a technology to second technology. And slowly it took another 500,000 years to come out with a next set of finer set of stone flakes. Okay? Slowly and gradually it moved to bone harpoons, to arrowheads, to bow and arrows, and so on and so forth, till about few hundred years back. But this pace picked up a significant leap in this modern world with the rise of Industrial Revolution. So first I spoke about 2.5 million. Now let's talk about the journey of this Industrial Revolution, which happened just about 250 years ago. So first Industrial Revolution was all about steam engine, right? It gave us a huge power to move things away from manual with the help of machine across the cities throughout the countries. Fast forward another 100 years or so, around 1860s or 70s, we got another Industrial Revolution where we got electricity power, we got gas and oil, and it all of a sudden expanded. It all of a sudden expanded our new ways of working. We got assembly lines at that time. We got urbanization at that time, right? We got extra productive hours during those times. So our productivity further increased. And fast forward another 80 to 100 years or so, around 1950s was the third Industrial Revolution, which was all about the microprocessing power as well as nuclear energy, right? And during that, our efficiency and effectiveness catapulted to a next level. So these were the three Industrial Revolutions. Just in last 250 years or so, we changed far, far faster than what was happening in last 2.5 million years ago, right? So if I put it in a different way, the three Industrial Revolutions changed from the way we were working, that is our outside world, be it our professional or our social world. And if you look at from the angle of productivity, efficiency, and effectiveness, they grew up significantly, significantly. And if we look from the technology perspective, if we double click under the layer, from the technology perspective, you could, push the button and you can switch on the light, right? You can press the button and you can move the engine or a vehicle from one place to another. So what was it happening? Technology was playing a role of supporting to all of us, right? It was a big supporter to all of us. Now, from here, 1950s, let's move forward. We were not required to wait for another 100 years. It was just 40 years. 1990s, a new chapter started with the birth of internet and emails. And this new chapter gave us a new toy to start interacting all around the world, right? But if you double click the technology, you will find something interesting. Because of the emails, you could connect your documents, connect your contracts, which has an audit trail. So technology from supporting function shifted to enabling function, right? So look at the underlying thing, how the technology is moving. Now from 40 years, you don't need to wait even for 40 years. Just a decade later, another twist happened, a big change in the chapter. Without most of us realizing what was happening, this something happened which was around 2004. It was the birth of Web 2.0. So birth of internet was Web 1.0, which was effectively, if I put in simple terms, you could read on the internet. You had a facility to read, so you had a digital newspaper in front of you. And at the same time, you could send emails. But Web 2.0 was, you could not only read, you could write, and you could interact. That is, you could comment. And that was a time which was the birth of social media. Till 2005, personal data was not even a subject to be discussed. Just move fast forward 15 years. A new term came. The term was data is the new oil. Right? Till 2005, WHO wasn't even tracking mental health as a stats. 2025, where we are standing, it is the central theme of WHO. It is a central theme of each and every government. It is a central theme in each and every institutions and organizations to talk about. So that's why I'm saying, without us even realizing what is happening with the birth of Web 2.0, lot has happened. Now if you double click on technology, now look at the role. It shifted its role from enabling to influencing. Right? Started with supporting, it moved towards enabling, now influencing, because of this social media and because of this data, the new oil. Right? 2018 is the time when GDPR came in Europe. That was the first union or organization which understood the importance of data. 2020 it was US, followed by UK in 2021. 2022 was China. In 2023, finally India also took it last year, a year before last now. GDPR in a faint form was different, but India also came up with a point that data is important and my country's data should remain in my country. So you look, the technology moving to influencing. And when I talked about the Web 1.0, that was the time actually Industry 4.0 started evolving. But nobody in the world was talking about it. And from 2004 onwards, we don't even now need to wait for a decade. For the first time in 2011, in Germany, in Hanover, this term, this discussion of Industry 4.0 was opened, and it was formally discussed. And later on, in World Economic Forum in 2016, Industry 4.0 was discussed at a length as a part of Fourth Industrial Revolution. And what is Fourth Industrial Revolution? It is the merger of cyber, physical, and digital boundaries, right? Application talking to application, machine talking to machine, application talking to machine, machine talking to application. And look around you now. We are well within Industry 4.0. And what does this mean? What does this mean? This means that when you are working on your laptops, when you are looking at your mobile phones, without you liking or not, without you wanting or not, there is a technology element behind telling you, you can buy this, you can look at this based on your shopping habits, based on your internet search history. And if you look from the underlying technology perspective, now technology is shifting its role from influencing to recommending. Okay? So moving from supporting to enabling to influencing to recommending. Now the time is not very far away where that recommending is going to change to driving. And I'm not talking, by the way, driving to driverless cars. That's just one aspect. Think of a scenario. You wake up one day. You wake up in the morning to find out that all decisions which you used to make, what I would wear, what I will eat, to whom I will talk has been outsourced to AI. Has been outsourced to AI. Isn't it a driving function? So, supporting to enabling to influencing to recommending now to driving. Now, if all what you used to do has been outsourced to AI, where does it leave us human too? That's the question to ask. The underlying point here comes is, while AI continues to evolve and outperform us in speed and efficiency, the question isn't to be asked that whether AI can replicate what we do. The question which needs to be asked, whether can AI replicate who we are? And as I said earlier, who we are our emotions, our consciousness, and that is going to be the single key differentiator as we move forward in shaping the future. See, machine can simulate what we do, but machine cannot simulate who we are, because we are human beings, not human becoming. And our human being is defined by Navras, the synergy of emotions which we have inside us. See, where on this planet you will get care, compassion, right? So the key question which comes in front of us, as AI continues to grow in speed and efficiency, as AI continues to grow, conscious living and conscious leadership, which I call consciouspreneurship, will lead the way. This will lead the way by harnessing the power of emotions, leading with intent, in shaping the future, where technology amplifies the humanity instead of replacing it. See, my friends, synergy of emotions, the Navras, is not our heritage, is not just our heritage, it's our future. It's our future too. Let's embrace it. Let's lead with it to amplify the humanity. Are you ready for it? Thank you.